forward. So we're seeing NEOSIGNAL sort of gets to decide the fate a little bit of Grande Fresh as we sort of move on here. So we're gonna see what happens moving forward. You want to talk about these teams a little bit, Nine?
Yeah, so these are teams that, if you look at the names, you might be a little bit familiar with. Ryanator, somebody who's very popular on YouTube, a great content creator. And then beyond that, Zero, Gray, again, names that you've heard around the community here. And the name that a lot of people will be familiar with on NEOSIGNAL is Fate. The rest of them are making things difficult on us in terms of reading it. But Fate, an NZAP player, as well as a Splatling player from Splatoon 1. So, again, something that we'll see. But here's something that we haven't seen, which is Tower Control on Inkblot Art Academy, and this is another one where things can get out of hand really quickly if you let them.
Yeah, this is kind of what we've been waiting for a little bit. I want to see, honestly, because once you get that tower past that first ramp, it becomes very hard to defend in a lot of cases. So I want to see interesting change up there. I want to see one who takes it first and one who can keep it the longest, because obviously we saw it move there, it just didn't move for very long.
Yeah, but they're doing a great job here. They've got a lot of control in mid, going a little bit too hard at that Rapid Blaster, or Rapid Blaster backing up. Has great potential for shutting things down. Not going to be able to get a kill with that Luna Blaster, although somehow going to get both of them there. I'm not entirely sure how that happened. A pretty strong advantage, but R2 doing a great job holding down that mid as the last one, and we talked about that earlier. Good teams are able to keep somebody alive to just get a little bit more control. But right now, NEOSIGNAL doing a great job here at the early stage of this game. If this Inkjet's able to get a kill and they're not, Ryan with that Tri-Slosher, I know he's a big fan of that weapon, doing a great job just kind of shutting that one down before it could get started, and we're going to go back to neutral.
Yeah, it's great to see NEOSIGNAL even able to come out as aggressively as they are. But now we are going to see Ryanator. Of course, Tri-Slosher being on the tower, that can be scary. And then we saw the obviously the Inkjet go around and definitely get some very key splats, and they were able to take some of that blue turf away from him, take and put some of the blue turf on there. And as we see him move up the ramp, it's kind of what we're afraid of is, once you start getting up here, it can be a tough match to even pretend you're going to come back from. You can easily get spotted out.
And Inkjet doing that.
Inkjet oppression.
3 right here. Inkjet gets 3 in that situation there. And I want to take it back just a little bit further to when I believe it was the splatter shot that went in there and was not able to get the kill on R2. R2 had just gotten Ink Armor and was not able to pop it in that situation because, of course, your Inkling goes through a short animation to activate it, and they are inactive during that. Not getting that kill was actually big because that allowed them to not only get Zero up there and have Zero use that very powerful Inkjet, but also to have Ink Armor on the Inkjet, which just makes it that much more difficult. And you saw the 2 Inkjets come out there and make all the difference there at the end of the game. And it really was, again, when they went down 3 or 4 in that situation that things kind of fell apart after that strong start.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of a struggle at first, but once they got their momentum, it was unstoppable. And there's, yes, very, very good combination specials there, Ink Armor and Inkjet. I mean, it's a tough combo because by the time an Inkjet gets shot at, they generally know where that person is. It's easy to surprise them, but if they have Ink Armor, well, I mean, you better kill them quickly, is all I have to say for you.
Mm-hmm. At least get it popped, do a little chip damage to get that Ink Armor down, and then maybe you can get some kills after that. But you got to take out the source of it first, and unfortunately, just that one little slip up. I mean, I know I said it before that this is one where things can get out of hand quickly, and that one little slip up right there might have been exactly what got the ball rolling there. Because a lot of teams, getting to that very first checkpoint is not the most difficult thing to do. Once you get there, that kind of becomes the bottleneck. And then once you're up on the enemy team's plat, you have a lot of room to move around, to set up your sharks, and get things done from there. Also, I have confirmation in my DMs that the music note is Hermes, so my bad, Hermes. Good friend of mine.
Oh, that's Hermes? Why,
yeah,
Hermes, why?
That is Hermes. So very sorry about that. Rainmaker on Starfish main stage. Definitely... I don't know, this one is so different because of how open main stage is, but here you really only have a couple different options to try to get there, so it sort of becomes a bottleneck, unlike the other ways that this map can sometimes go.
Yeah, a lot of people there's the two clear ways. You go down and through sort of that trench area, or you can go left, up, and over. That left can be very rewarding if you can get up there, but there's a climb to get there, so it's also could be really risky. But man, we see Hermes out here doing some real work with this tri.
You will know my name.
That was great moves, and we see, of course, that's usually where that Rainmaker push ends, especially when your team's not up there with you, which that makes sense. That's a good solo push. 41 is admirable, but definitely not over yet. And we're seeing a good push back here. It looks like they run this left side.
Yeah, right now Zero up here, and what's more scary than that is now he's going to get the jump on Hermes there because he was in that position, just waited. Very strong Shark. They're going to get the lead here. Ryan knowing that that was probably going to be the end, so get the lead while you still have it, and also knowing that Gray's going to be able to pop this very quickly. I don't think, well, no, Gray going to go solo right there. Very, very brave and intelligent move. I thought they might wait back and try to get some super jumps in, but hey, why do that when you can get the points yourself?
Yeah, I was to say, that's classic Splatoon 1 stuff. We haven't seen that today. Good jump off to reset. Yeah, it's very tough, but getting within 20 on this map can sometimes pretty much seal it up as long as you play a pretty sturdy defense, which really that's all they need to do. But they're definitely still going for the cap. They're not slouching on this one.
They know what's at stake right here. They know that every chance that they give the opponent could be one step closer to them not making it to bracket, and they've played so well all day. They don't want to lose anything like this. They're going to continue putting on as much pressure as they possibly can for as long as they can. Great job by Fate shutting that out, but unfortunately not able to stop Ryan coming up there to shut things down. Ryan's got Ink Armor. Going to have to use it sometime pretty soon here, I would imagine. Well, they might not even need it. Nah, Rainmaker's kind of in an awkward position. Now it finally comes out, and Zero's going to go up there and get the push. If they can get 1 or 2 kills here, that might spell the end. Zero going to get one of them, going to get both of them. Somebody snuck behind. Yeah, somebody snuck behind and got that, and oh boy.
They're doing a really great job at defending in this key moment, but they have to move it out of this particular spot, which right now that's a tough argument to have to try to make, because all exit points of that area are covered. They are sealed up and very predictable.
And that's one of the reasons why you continue putting on game-winning pressure like this. Is like you said, they have to find a way to push out. And if you're looking at the comp right now of Neo, they really aren't tooled to take back turf very aggressively and very quickly. And with only one shooter there, they've got some defensive capabilities, which is why they're doing it so well right here. But like you said, they just aren't able to take it. And this entire match has been played in that danger zone. And it's very, very difficult to win, it should go without saying, if you can't leave your zone.
Yeah, Neo has a really great pick in the brush. The in-zap, pretty good pick, but when you're up against 2 tri-sloshers and a splatter shot, not to mention a rapid blaster, it's just the kill power and the paint power there combined is pretty overwhelming, especially when you're faced against a splatling, which is the biggest deviation here is that they really have kind of what you mentioned, no potential to really paint pretty quickly. A brush isn't going to paint super quickly. The tri-slosher can do some, but it's a tough bargain. And this could definitely be it for them as we see Gray roll up. Yep.
And it's frustrating too because you see just how deep they were pushed in, and that's not just a final thing. The way you see the map right now, it's been that for really the entire match after that very first push. And just unfortunate they got off to such a strong start getting that first push to 40, but like you said, that's kind of where it all ends. You see Ryan and Zero both going in with some big action there, but they just didn't have a lot of room. The Splat needs room to get set up to really influence the map. The brush needs map to move through, and they just never even gave them the chance to do that. Very, very dominant display there by Serenity. And as we